Hi, my name is Sunday. In this video, I'll be talking about new support decree approved, the final goodbye to emergency income. So the Italian government, they have just approved a new support decree in this 2022, of which many people have been waiting for it and longing for it. Now they have just approved it in the Council of Ministers. So the support decree has been the one that they'll be using to help or support people throughout this pandemic or coronavirus period, in this emergency period. So it started since 2020. In 2021, they also did it, and now they have just approved another one. So the measures that have been inside are ready to the emergency, bonus stagionale, even that of people that are in autonomous. Different measures have been inside, of which I've been using it to support people because of the pandemic or because of the emergency period. So people have been waiting for it. Now they have approved a new one in 2022. So in this video, we'll be looking at what measures are contained inside, the measures or the help or the support that are inside, the people that have or who can receive these benefits, and other companies as well. What about ready to the emergency or emergency income? We'll be looking into it. How is it going to be the final goodbye to ready to the emergency? But first, I would love to give this video a thumb up by clicking the like button. For those ones that have not subscribed to Sonero TV, or those ones that are not following me on Facebook page, please do subscribe and also make sure you follow. And when you do that, make sure you click the notification bell so whenever I upload any new videos or information, you will know. Now let's get started. But first, in Proverbs chapter 25, verse 28, the Bible says, "He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls." So that is it. Whoever that has no rule, no control over his own self, over his own spirit, just like a city that is broken down. So what is the Bible telling us? That it is good for you and I to have self-control. Control yourself, control your spirit, so that you not fall into one problem or the other. The person who cannot regulate his own self or regulate his own spirit, coordinate his own self, before you know it, the person has fallen into one error or into one problem or the other. So when you take control over your spirit, when you take control over yourself in one thing or the other, when you're controlling yourself, when you help control yourself, you don't fall into one problem or the other. You don't do what people are doing just to make fast money. You don't go on fast lane to get fast money. So control yourself, control your spirit, so that you don't be like a city that is broken down without a wall. When a city is broken down without a wall, anything can creep in. Sickness can creep in. Different kind of things can creep in. That's why many people, before you know it, it's one sickness or the other, or death here and there. So when you have control over yourself and you put your life in the hand of God, all those things that are happening to people out there will not come near your dwelling, or the dwelling of your family. Think about it. Now let's get into the new support decree that has been approved. It says, the government has approved a new support decree. It contains new measures to contain the cost of energy bills and aid for sectors in crisis due to the pandemic. So this new support decree, number one thing it contains, number one measure, number one support or help, is for the energy bill. This period, the gas bill, the light bill has been increasing. So now the government, through this support decree, they want to support families or support people or support different companies that are using light and also gas to help reduce the cost of all those bills. So that is one of the measures that is inside this support decree that the government has passed, and also to other places that have been affected by this pandemic. It says, on the afternoon of Friday, 21st January, the Council of Ministers approved a new support decree. Aid to companies most affected by the pandemic would amount to 1.6 billion euros. So the amount that the government is putting into this support decree is 1.2 billion euros. Previously, it was suggested to be 2 billion euros, but now, as they have approved it, they have just reduced it to 1.6 billion euros, of which they are going to use to support different companies, different places that have been affected by this coronavirus or this pandemic. It says they range from support for disco, so these are the places that they want to support. Disco to fund for tourism, culture, and sport. So different sectors, especially those people that were closed down. Even till now, there are still some sectors that have been closed down till now, that have been affected because of the restrictions here and there. So that is the reason why government have come up with this measure to support those sectors that have been closed down or that are passing through one emergency period or the other. It says, this is what we learned from the new sustainability decree approved by the Council of Ministers. So this is a new support decree of which they have just approved. So these are the sectors that they are going to support. Many other sectors as well that they are going to support. Now, what about emergency income, the big one? Many people are waiting for it. They want to hear it. Emergency income. In this new support decree, this is a final goodbye. This support decree are just giving the final goodbye to emergency income. In the first budget that was passed in December, emergency income was not mentioned in the budget that was passed or approved in December. Now, a new support decree has been approved in January. Emergency income is not also inside or among the measures that this support decree is going to go for. So it means that in December it was not announced, in January it was not also announced, meaning it is the final goodbye to emergency income. People have been hoping or waiting when they were to pass or approve the budget last year. So people were thinking it would be included inside the budget. So it was not included inside the budget. So people were also having hope. Probably in the new support decree they want to approve in January, it will also be inside. Now, they have just approved the new support decree. Emergency income is not included among the measure. So sorry to those people who are waiting for emergency income or who thought maybe it has been approved. So for those ones who did not listen carefully to this video, so they'll be thinking maybe emergency income will be approved. Support decree does not necessarily mean it's only emergency it involves. No, support decree is majorly for other sectors as well, not only for emergency income. So they have different measures that they are going out there to support. So emergency income already to the emergency is not included in the support decree. So sorry to those ones that are looking forward to it. So according to what the government has announced, first is the energy bills, which is light bill and gas bill. So these are the ones that the government have made support for in this new support decree, and also other companies as well that have been affected like disco and tourism and different sectors as well. So possibly in the explanation, they will also be coming forward on how they need to go about it or how those people need to make the application as well. So, but the major one is that emergency income is not in the new support decree that they have just approved. So, thank you and God bless you. Bye.